Hi, so I just arrived in Hanoi last night and got to my hotel and went out and checked out the city. So I'll be heading to Halong Bay very shortly in a tour bus. It's about a 3-hour drive down that way where I'll be going on a boat tour and I'm going to check out some of Halong Bay. Heading out for my tour in Halong Bay, my bus picked me up from my hotel in Old Town. I was first to be picked up, so it was actually an hour before we hit the road down to Halong Bay. The trip to Halong Bay is meant to take 3.5 hours, although I left on a Saturday, a weekend, and we got stuck in traffic, so the 3.5 hour trip became a 6-hour trip. Take something from my experience and plan your Halong Bay tour on a weekday, where there will hopefully be a lot less traffic. On the way, all tour buses will make a mandatory stop to a souvenir shop. All the crafts at this shop have been made by victims of Agent Orange. Agent Orange is a chemical known for its use by the US military in the Vietnam War. The chemical is capable of damaging genes, resulting in deformities among the offspring of the exposed victims. After an 8 AM pickup, we finally arrived at the docks at 2 PM and set out for the Limestone Islands.
Okay, so madam, let's go.
I definitely felt like a tourist following the guide waving the red flag around. Shuffling from location to location on a tight schedule wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Our first stop was Sangsot Cave. It's the biggest cave in all of Halong Bay, which brings hundreds of tourists to the cave at any one time. As amazing as the cave was, I couldn't help but feel a little underwhelmed, getting bustled along with all the other tour groups trying to navigate the cave. There are 1,600 islands in Halong Bay. I feel like with a little more pre-planning, you could have a truly unique experience away from all the crowds and tour groups. Next, we headed out on small boats for a row through the islands. A bit more quiet and away from the crowds, this was a really nice way to finish our tour through Halong Bay. Instead of returning to Hanoi with the rest of the tour group, I skipped out on the bus back and stayed in Halong for that night. Halong Bay is an incredible place, but I felt like I hadn't seen it from the right angle. Before my trip, I did a bit of research on the best place to view Halong Bay, and all leads pointed to Poem Mountain. So that's where I'm going, up Baitho Mountain. So the taxi driver dropped me off, and you have to go in through these stairs. What? Okay, I'm through. I had to give a man 20,000 dong, which equals about $2, for him to unlock the gate. So I should probably explain for your benefit of how to do the climb because most trips you do down here from Hanoi will be a pickup from your hotel in Hanoi, and then it will drop you at the boats after your long bus drive. You'll do the boat trip and then you'll get back in a bus and it'll take you back to Hanoi. So you won't actually have the option of doing this. So what I did was I just told them after the boat trip that I will not be going back to Hanoi. I booked a hotel for that night here in Halong Bay, and I just got a cab here this morning to climb the mountain. So yeah, I booked a shuttle bus to Hanoi, and that was about $23 or like 16 US dollars. So it costs a tiny bit extra than doing it how everyone else does it, but you get to climb the mountain and you get to see Halong Bay from a different view. Even the view climbing up it's pretty cool. Anyway, we'll keep going. I really wanted to do this because yesterday doing the tour bus and the tour group, and you don't really get to do it at your own pace. So I really wanted to do something on my own. This is it. I might just add that I'm here in Vietnam at the end of November, and it's pretty cold, so pack accordingly. I'm currently wearing 2 t-shirts and a jumper, and I've got some pants and boots on. It's pretty cold in the mornings. I'm not cold right now because it's proven to be a bit of exercise climbing this mountain, which we all love, don't we? I was going to come here to see the sunrise, but I woke up at 6 o'clock and it was pretty cloudy, so I'm like, well, there's not going to be too much of a sunrise anyway. Wow, look at that. On all fours here. That 20,000 definitely wasn't for the gardeners. They've even got toilets, guys, if you want to go. And what looks to be a jail cell. Ah, yes. The old dick drawing on the wall. Woohoo! Spooky. I'm not cold anymore. Okay, I'm going to stop filming because the next bit looks pretty treacherous. I'm not even at the top yet. Still got a way to go. Gotta say, this is pretty cool. I'm the only one up here. The climb wasn't too bad. It was, I don't know, it took me about 15-20 minutes. And I stopped a lot and took photos and filmed, so it could take you 10 minutes if you went straight up. But the view is incredible. Okay, so that is where I stayed. It's called Chai Bay or something. I probably wouldn't recommend it. It's very touristy. They've just built a big theme park you can see here. The food was overpriced. If you can, I would stay somewhere around here near Poa Mountain or Bai Chai Mountain. It looks a bit more authentic Vietnamese, and you'll be closer to to Poa Mountain in the morning when you choose to climb it. Well, I might head off now, so I'll see you at the bottom. Near the base of the mountain on the way down, I came across which looked to be like an abandoned house, and inside I saw that there were these two passageways of caves leading into the mountain. Now, it may not have been a good idea, but curiosity got the better of me and I decided to look inside. I'm crawling on all fours because it's so small. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so just does a bit of a loop around. There you go, back up. Ooh. Alright, gonna go down to the city now. Guard dogs. Alright, I'm going. Thank you. Hello. How are you? Hello. Leaving Halong Bay, I felt like there's more I could have seen and done if I had a little extra time in the area. Poa Mountain was definitely a highlight of my Vietnam trip, and I feel like you need to do it if you're in Halong Bay. Next up, join me in Hanoi where I'll finish my journey in Vietnam.